All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? It is Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. And this morning, we're going to talk about the difference between heroes and victims. I am a believer that in every situation in your life, you are probably one or the other of these. And the good news is you have a choice, right? You have a choice of how you show up, which one of these you are in any aspect of your life. Example, this morning, massive technical difficulties this morning. So you can see I'm coming to you from my laptop camera as opposed to the normal setup that I have here. But I choose to push forward and show up for you guys and to still connect with you, even though I have some problems. And so we're going to talk about that in different areas of life, different ways that we can sometimes be a victim and not realize that we're being a victim. And that's what we're going to talk about and unpack this morning. Let's get started. It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up. All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning and happy Tuesday to you. I hope you guys are off to an awesome start this morning. I certainly am. Was up and at 'em early this morning. Got a workout in, feeling good. Got to the office and nothing worked, man. Nothing is working for me. For some reason, I had some troubles yesterday, having some troubles again today, but we're going to get it fixed, man. I'm going to get done with this podcast and I'm going to get online and order all the stuff that I need to be able to fix it, so that, again, I don't have to be a victim of my circumstances. I can be a hero and put things in place that I need to be able to move forward with efficiency, showing up the way that I should show up instead of having difficulties being a couple of minutes late this morning, all that kind of stuff. So I apologize for being late, but let's jump into this conversation this morning. You know, I am a believer that in life you have two options, right? And this is really, you know, when I think about the title of this show, what this show was intended to do, it was really to teach you and encourage you and give you the blueprint of how to be a hero in your life instead of a victim. And, you know, it's so often in our lives, man, we are presented with things that give us the opportunity to be a victim, right? To be a person that just feels bad for themselves, you know, that's just kind of in this spot where nothing seems to be going your way. And, you know, you just say, man, it must be me. And you wallow in self-pity and you spend time, you know, thinking about all the things that you must have done wrong in your life in order for you to be in this position, right? That somehow there must be a reason why you're in this spot, why you're the victim, why nothing seems to be going your way, why you never have enough time, why, you know, the babysitter cancels when you're supposed to have date night. Whatever it may be, there's so many scenarios where we have the opportunity to choose to be the victim in our own lives. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know, for years of my life, anybody that knew me throughout my life, I would have never come across as a negative person. I've never come across as a negative person. Maybe short periods of time, but never overall. There's never really been a time in my life where I could say for this period of time in my life, I was a negative person. But I can look back at my life and think about lots of times when I chose to be the victim, when I chose to feel bad for myself, when I had periods of time where things in my life didn't go my way and I was not strong enough in that moment to be the hero, to own the things that were going wrong in my life and to fix them quickly in that moment. And so I challenge you guys this morning to think about that. Is there some area of your life that you're struggling with, that you have yet to take ownership of, that you've yet to step into the hero role, and instead you're spending time being the victim? You're instead spending time being the person that finds all the reasons why those things are happening. If that's you, if you can relate to what I'm saying, in that particular area of your life, you are being a victim. And you have a choice to change that right now. In this moment, this instant, you can change all of that by making the decision to take responsibility for every single thing that happens in your life. Because in some way, shape, or form, it's you that has gotten yourself into that situation. And so when you choose to take that position, when you choose to seek to understand, to take responsibility, to take action on the things that you can control, instead of waiting for action to happen on the things that you can't control, you take on the role of the hero. And you're no longer a victim. You are in control of your own destiny. You are in control of your next decision. You are in control of whether or not you are successful in every single aspect and area of your life. And it's hard. It's hard to feel like a loser in a moment. There have been times in my life where I felt like a loser, but I never ever felt like a loser myself. I just felt like a loser in that moment. So how many of you can relate to that? You're not a loser, but you're losing in this particular area of your life. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your business, maybe it's your finances. Whatever it may be, you're losing in that area of your life. You haven't quite mastered it yet. Ask yourself the question, are you consistently making excuses for yourself? Or are you consistently getting back up when you fail and getting back on the horse one more time? And so think about that in your life. It's one of the most important decisions you can make. It's one of the most important perspectives that you can have for yourself. Are you choosing to show up in your life every single day as a hero? Or are you choosing to show up every single day in your life as a victim? Such a fine line, guys. It's such a fine line. And if you are showing up as a victim, the identifiers that will tell you that are as follows. You don't have enough. There's no abundance in your life. Maybe you have just enough, but it's not enough. Right? Maybe you're comfortable, but you don't have abundance yet. You have some ups and downs, right? You don't feel consistently like you're unstoppable. The people around you tend to make excuses, and they feel comfortable doing so because they know that you have a victim mentality. Whether they're aware or not, or whether you're aware or not, that's how it works. If you have a lot of people around you that make a lot of excuses, it is likely that you have a victim mentality. Because I can tell you this, a lot of people don't make a lot of excuses around me anymore. Used to. But they don't make a lot of excuses around me anymore because I don't have that mentality. Most people that are around me every single day understand that, excuses just don't work, right? And they don't go very far. And so they don't offer them up as resolutions to any problem. They actually start to suggest solutions instead of excuses. So what does it look like if you're a hero? You believe that no matter what happens, everything's going to work out. And no matter what adversity you're facing, that God's favor will guide you to the right place. The people around you will come to you for advice and encouragement and motivation and inspiration. People will look to you for guidance when they're going through some tough times. Even if they're a hero, sometimes people need encouragement, even if they're a hero themselves, right? People around you are offering solutions regularly, right? They're always thinking about ways to make things better, to improve things. How can we do this? How can we show up better? How can we improve our routine? How can we do everything in our lives better? And people in your life will be looking to master every single aspect of it. and so will you. It's not good enough to be just great in business. Not good enough to just be great as a mother. It's not good enough to just be great with your friends. If you're a hero, if you have a hero's mentality, you want to be a hero in every aspect of your life. You want to be a well-rounded person that people can depend on, that people come to when they're in need. There's something different about people that have a hero's mentality. Wouldn't you agree? When people have a hero's mentality, it's like a magnetic pull toward them. Everybody wants to be around them. Everybody wants to get advice from them. Everybody wants to sit in the car next to them and have a conversation. Everybody wants to interact with them, and everybody wants to support them. Not everybody, but most people. What does it take in your life, starting today, to be the hero in your own journey? What does that look like? How do you show up better? How do you straighten out the things that are a little bit sideways? How do you take action to get things on track that might be off track? It's easier than you think. It is easier than you think. A couple things are important. It's being surrounded by the right people. It's not accepting other people's victim mentalities and being willing to embrace the conflict to do that. Showing up for yourself when you say you're going to, keeping the promises to yourself helps you have a hero's mentality. When you break promises to yourself every single day, you're naturally going to feel like a loser. And how you fix that, it's real complicated how you fix it. You just stop doing it. You make a decision that today's going to be the day. Today's going to be the day that things are different. And guys, it doesn't happen like flipping a light switch on. It's not perfect. You will fall down. But today is the day that you decide you're going to be better. You're going to get better today. You're going to get better tomorrow. You're going to get better the next day. And when you look back after 365 days, your life will be completely different. All starts with making that choice. Are you being the hero in your relationships with others? Or are you being the victim? Recognize this in the conversations that you have. What's the words that you're using to describe your own life, your own interactions? Well, I work for this person and man, they're a jerk. Well, you have a choice. As I always say, you can change the people or you can change the people. You can have a conversation with that person and give them feedback and watch and see if they change. And if they don't change, guess what, guys? You have a choice. You can change the people that you're surrounded by. When something doesn't fit your hero's journey, you have a choice to make. You can change the people or you can change the people. You can make an impact on that person that allows them to fit more into how you see things, how you need things to be in your own life. Or you can change the people that you're surrounded by. I don't suggest getting rid of people in your life. You change the distance between you and that relationship. Think about it. Are you a hero or are you a victim? In every aspect, in your family, in your business, in your friendships, how you show up. You don't get to decide whether you're a hero. Other people get to decide if you're a hero. Calling yourself one doesn't cut it. So ask yourself, those people who are in proximity to you, are they contributing to your life? Or do you need addition by subtraction in your own life? Addition by subtraction is a superpower. Sometimes when you subtract things from your life, the addition is a multiplication of what could have been that you let go on too long. So ask yourself the question, are you showing up in your life as a hero, or are you showing up in certain aspects as a victim? We've all been there, by the way. We've all been there. We've all had those moments in our lives where we felt like a loser, where things weren't going right. We said, poor me. But the reality is, it's not poor you at all. Everything in your life is placed there for a reason. You either win or you learn. Maybe you don't win as big as you wanted to, but the lesson from the shortfall is much greater than the victory ever would have been. So I encourage you guys to evaluate that in your own life. What does it look like? How can you change? And how you live will change people around you. You can't just talk about it. You got to be about it. Those things aren't in alignment. You are a victim without being aware. Ask yourself if that is you in certain aspects of your life. And it's okay, guys. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody is perfect. We all have those days. We all have those seasons in our life. But it is absolutely imperative for us to have a heightened level of awareness of how we show up, the impact that we're having on others. And are we being a victim in our own lives and causing other people to be a victim in theirs? Or are we being the hero? Are we willing to stand up, do what's right, live by our values, live by our principles, and allow ourselves to grow through the hero's journey that we're all on? I'll leave you guys with that to think about this morning. I appreciate all of you guys being here. I want to say what's up to everybody before we depart here. Dr. Sean Shapiro, what's happening, man? Matt Johnson, good to see you here. Bill Schomburg, my girl Joy Farley is on here this morning. We starting to get some audience up in here. Rick Henning, what's happening, man? Let's see. Trudy's here. Justin Myers, my brother. Yep, agreed, man. I've been there many times as well, brother. Michael Bonetto, Tony Grout, Todd Gurrell. My wife is on here. I love you, babe. Jared Bird, David Martin, Dan Hill, Daniel Good, Gary. What's happening, man? Let's see if anybody else is on here. I think that's it. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But thank you guys for being here with me this morning. It means the world to me to spend my morning with you, to kick off my day every single morning at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on Morning Perspective. It has been incredible to watch the podcast downloads, man. There's a ton of people. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know how you guys are starting to build this audience the way that you are, but please continue to share the podcast episodes with your friends, with your family, anybody that you think these messages can impact. And man, I just appreciate all the help and love and support in building this show. 447 times has been an honor and a privilege to hang with you guys in the mornings here. And I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure